Welcome, hold on now, I need more lip gloss. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Corey, and over here we do a lot of creative stuff, lifestyle, design, all the above. I'm a graphic designer, art director based in Atlanta, and today we're doing a design with me video. What are we designing? I don't know yet. I quite literally just sat down at my desk. I knew I wanted to film today, and we got ChatGPT open right now, and they're about to give us a brief. I think we will do some branding because that is just what my brain is always in branding mode all the time, because that's what I do most for work. If you are new here and you have not been here for one of these videos are best enjoyed while you're working or while you're eating dinner, or I don't know, find you some snacks to get you something to drink. I got mine right here. Little ASMR for you. This is water though. It's dry January. Don't be fooled by the solo cup. All right, so like I said, I don't know what I'm designing. It's a surprise to me and a surprise to you, so let's enjoy this experience together. Before we even get started, I'm trying to find ways to keep y'all more engaged. So comment down below when you plan on putting your Christmas tree down, if it's still up, because mine is still up, clearly. And it might be here till Valentine's Day. We are here on ChatGPT. And I've done this before in a previous video. I'll have it linked up here, but I'm just gonna ask it to create a brief for me. So please create a creative brief for a small skincare business. Do I want to do skincare? Sure. Radiant Glow Skincare. I cannot stand that name. Wow, this is the longest brief in America. We will not be doing, I already see the deliverables, we will not be doing a website design today because I don't have time for that. We'd be here all night if I did that. But let's go to the top. Let's see. Radiant Glow Skincare. Overview. Radiant Glow Skincare is a small independent skincare business dedicated to providing high quality natural skincare products with a focus on simplicity and effectiveness and eco-friendliness. I don't want to do clean beauty. Let's do it again. Oh, let me say please. I like to be nice to ChatGPT because AI, they're going to take over one day and I want to be the one to survive. My prompt game is not on point. It's not as on point as it should be, but I'm working on it. So I could have definitely done a better prompt than that. But Youthful Essence Skincare, hate the name again, so we're going to ask it to rename it. But Youthful Essence Skincare is a small dynamic skincare business targeting Gen Z consumers, focused on providing skincare solutions that resonate with the values and preferences of this demographic. The brand is seeking a visually compelling and culturally relevant identity to establish a strong connection with Gen Z. Cool. Create a vibrant and authentic visual identity that resonates with Gen Z's individuality, inclusivity. Inclusivity, of course, is big. Gen Z has restructured the game when it comes to inclusivity and commitment to self-expression. Again, they have restructured that game as well. The new brand image should reflect the brand's dedication to clean and effective skincare while fostering a sense of community and empowerment among Gen Z consumers. I already know, photography-wise, where we're headed with this. You know, and I know, inclusive is going to be number one. It doesn't have enough on the audience, so I am going to ask that, but let's look at visual direction. Bold color palette. Use vibrant and bold colors that capture Gen Z's attention and convey a sense of energy, playfulness, and positivity. Okay. Dynamic typography. Employ modern and dynamic typography that complements the boldness of the color palette, expressing the brand's contemporary and youthful vibe. Playful illustrations, animations. Incorporate playful and unique illustrations or animations that add a touch of whimsy and resonate with Gen Z's affinity for visually engaging content. Now, this one I think is, I'm going to use my big professional foot and stomp that one out because Gen Z has a look they're attracted to, but I definitely don't think illustrations are going to fare well for a skincare brand. And forgive me for not following the brief to a T, but I'm just going to use my professional opinion. Now, if we were making a brand, which is not a bad idea, if we were making a brand that was skincare targeted towards the 10-year-olds that are always in Sephora that we're all talking about right now, everyone's on TikTok upset, raging about the number of 10-year-olds that they have to fight in Sephora to get their products, then I might talk about illustrations. Right now, I'm not really, I don't know. All right. Can you create a target audience profile for this brief? 16 to 24, all genders, Diverse socioeconomic status with a focus on affordability and accessibility. High school and college students. Okay, they value individuality, inclusivity, and environmental consciousness. All of this is pretty straightforward. Challenges, they have a limited budget, so we want to make sure it looks affordable. We don't want to go in the lane of luxury. I'll say that. Can you provide other names for this company? Am I allowed to tell them this one's corny? Here we go. Vibrant Skin, Radiant Revolt, Gen Z Glow, Zestful Skin, Rebel Radiance. I'm not mad at that one. Rebel Radiance. I'm not mad at that's the best one so far. Bloom Bee, Purity Pose, Verge. Okay, we're filling the alliterations here. Spectrum Skin. Spectrum Skin is crazy. I'm sorry. No, that's too far. We're going to go with the Rebel Radiance. Okay, let me write that down. Fun fact, the letter R and the letter Q. But the letter R is one of my favorite letters in the alphabet. Just the way the capital R is shaped and like the many shapes you can create with the letter R. I just feel like it has a lot to work with versus an O, for example. You know what I mean? I think right now I'm good to go ahead and get started on my little bit of research. As you know, I might have only done one rebrand on this channel, but if this was a rebrand, or an existing brand, I would be doing research on the brand itself so that I get a better idea, like its history and all that stuff. But I think we have enough here, so I'm gonna head over to Pinterest. You know, that's one of my favorite places to be. The first thing I wanna look at is skincare branding. A general search just to get an idea of what is on the market, what people are getting into. When I'm first hearing about or thinking about doing a product for Gen Z, I'll go back to the reason why I even wanted to do skincare, why that popped in my head, is because of Topicals. Topicals is a skincare brand, and they are doing their thing right now, as far as I'm concerned. Their marketing has been on point. Their branding in general is really cute. I do think that their color palette definitely skews very Gen Z to me, but it appeals to older audiences as well. I do think that the pastel look is very Gen Z. Like I suspected, pastels is the second most popular. I would say it's number one, but they're saying black, white, and gray. Cool, whatever. 2022 report. I'm still gonna go with pastels. The brief asked me to be vibrant, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is the type of typography or look that I would do or think to do in lieu of doing the illustration, because it does, you know, have that feel to it, but again, I don't know about that. This is really cute. I think this is what the brief, I'm saying this is what they would want as if it's a real person. But when I read the brief, this is what I first thought of, like something that's like high contrast like this and like really vibrant versus a pastel or like a muted type of pastel. This is exactly the type of vibe I'm looking to go for. This looks both fun and serious. It looks like, you know, Gen Z would love this. It looks modern, and it looks like it works. I'm going to start saving some stuff, and we'll put a mood board together. By the way, I forgot. I normally show y'all the time. It's 9:08 p.m. right now. I would love to be done here around 10:30. That's not going to happen, but 11 maybe. So let me not spend too much time. Something like this is way too neutral and muted for my taste and for based on the brief. But this for me is the color palette itself is millennial trending right now. We love some muted, neutral, foresty. I don't like this. I don't like it, but we love it. I don't know what it is about it. Okay, so as you can see here, I started gathering a bunch of pictures from Pinterest. I'm creating something like a mood board. These are basically all just images that I felt like inspired me in some way or resonated with what I read in the brief. So right now I'm just placing everything in a way that I'll be able to look and quickly reference things. I probably will use some of these pictures later on when I create assets for the brand, because I do like them a lot. I think they all work really well. Some of the things you'll see in here are a lot of bright, bold colors, a lot of pastel looking work, things like that. Basically all the stuff that I mentioned before. I think all of this makes a lot of sense. Amsam in particular, this brand right here, I really, really love Amsam. I can't even explain. I just love their branding a lot. And that's just so typical of what I normally would do. I'm trying to, I think any brand that I do that asks to be bold and vibrant or whatever is gonna be kind of typical to my norm. Here is my little fake mood board. This is so colorful and attractive to me that I want to go right into color, but I'm going to stick to my normal process, and we're going to go over to Envato Elements to find some fonts so we can get started with a logo or a word mark or whatever we come up with. I will state that this video is not sponsored, but there is a link to Envato Elements down in the description if you do choose to use it. I do get some kickback. And that is just another way to support me if you choose to. But Envato Elements is a website that offers a ton of assets, and elements is in the title, to help you with all of your design needs, from video to graphics to whatever. They have sound effects, they have music, they have fonts, they have mock-ups, they have templates, they have literally everything. Video templates. They have literally everything on here. If you pay for the service once, or if you pay for the subscription, then you have access to everything, and you can use these things commercially. When you download, you're creating a license for it, all that. It's all there for you to use. You don't have to worry. It's very stress-free. So I do love Envato Elements. Again, if you do choose to use it, the link is down in the description. I come on here all the time to look for fonts. Let's sort by new, because I've seen these fonts plenty of times. Let's go by new. I do know that we want to use something, potentially something fun, but I also may lean toward a very clean sans serif because the colors are going to be fun. What's the name of our brand again? Rebel Radiance. The word rebel itself kind of makes me want to go against my instinct to not go over the top, because rebel is in the title. I don't know. Let's take a look see here. Okay, so like a lot of these are not legible, so I'm already like just flying through them. I can't read them. Like, you kind of just know. I'm not even trying to pronounce this font, but I'm gonna download it. Volis. This is kind of cool. It is retro looking, but it's kind of cool. I did a brand previously where the logo is made up of multiple typefaces that are all very different, and I like the idea of that because it kind of like spells out, it's like symbolizing inclusivity. Like, it's just like all these different types. It's appealing to different types of people, basically. And I like the idea of that. And so me looking at Never Things reminds me of that. But at the same time, this feels a little too luxurious, but I did like the idea of that. I'm starting to get tired already. It's barely 10 o'clock. Craft Supply Company has a lot of good fonts. I typically like most of what they create. I'm going to download this. This will be an option for me to try something that's very plain and basic. This might be weird, but I wonder if I should try a black letter. I'm thinking a lot about the word rebel itself and how I want to like push that. Yes, we are inclusive. Yes, we are effective. Yes, we are serious yet fun. And so the fun part, I kind of want to get into that with the type, in addition to pushing the rebel part. And I think when I think of that, what I think of is black letter fonts. But that also could just be me because that's what I like. This is intense. This, look at that R. While I'm here, I just want to explain that at the end of these videos, when I have like a little commercial playing, I get that stock footage from Envato as well. It's the place to be. I love it so much. I use it all the time. I highly recommend. Now, I am going to go ahead and jump into Illustrator and get started on the logo. All right, so I have about 10 fonts, I think. I'm just gonna start typing out my brand name over and over. I'm gonna go through the fonts one by one and we'll see if I wanna do it in all caps or whatever, but this is just to get an idea of how I like the fonts that I chose. But we all know, I think I know which one I want. So that's cute. I think this is called Oregano. Now, why on earth does this look like this? What's going on here? Because this was the one I loved. I know. Let's look at the glyphs. There we go. Because what was that? Why would they do that? I'm going to go through one by one and delete whatever I think is absolutely hideous. And so this one, this can go. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about these. It's not legible. This can go. I like this R still. So this is what we're left with right now. I, of course, must see what I can do with this. Like, come on.
Sweet lullabies that come with the smell of a dozen roses flipping down a green hill. You living in a world that comes with plan B, cause plan A never relay and guarantee, and plan C never could say just what it was, and your plans only can pan around love. You love him, you love them, you love her, you love so much, you love what love hurts. You love red bottom and gold that say queen, you love handbag on the waist of your jean, you love French tip and trip that pay for, you love big slip that tell you we pay more.
It's almost there, so I'm gonna play around with that in a second, but before I do that, because I do want to talk while I go through the colors, so I'm gonna go ahead and start picking swatches because I already have my mood board. Y'all know how I like to get my swatches. I have a bunch of pictures here that I like and that I am inspired by. I'm just gonna go through and start pulling some swatches and picking some color combos and seeing, you know, what's up. We'll just start with the brights or the more saturated stuff. And then I'm going to pick additional swatches on my own. Now that I have these colors here, I'm gonna play with a bunch of color combinations here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and see what we came up with as far as the logo and the color palette. And then we'll come back and start playing with these mock-ups. Let's see.
You ain't no heaven, I ain't you, but heaven's on my side. I got my demons too, I know just how you feel. You can be real with me, that's why you're still with me. Can't hide behind a can't
All right, so we did something. Let me explain. I started off just playing around with the swatches that I pulled. And as I was doing them, I liked these color combinations, but they were way too saturated for what I think is on par with our target audience. This is also super harsh, especially for skincare. If I'm, like I've been saying this whole time, I was trying not to do a lot with color and with font, and I am leaning in that direction. The same always happens. It always happens. I end up doing a thing I said I didn't want to do. But in order to soften it up and make it feel more like skincare is amongst the self-care, and I want it to feel soft, and I want it to feel like, you know, if I can't be serious, like something like The Ordinary or some other brand that looks plain like that and clinical, this won't be that, but I do want it to feel like something that you use to take care of yourself. So we're taking it in a softer direction. Like I said, I like the pastel type of vibe, much less saturated. And so we ended up with these swatches down here. I did end up finally including the rest of the brand name into this logo. So we do have two marks, but we kind of have three. This would be the primary. This is the secondary, just the letter mark. And then Rebel without the radiance, it's an identifier. So Rebel Radiance is the brand, and the consumers or the target would be the Rebels. And so including something like that can be used over photography. It is skincare, so it would be photography heavy when we're talking about social and all that stuff. You do want to show the skin, right? That's basically what we got going on here. I might do a little bit more with pattern or whatever, but we'll just see what happens as I go through this. All right, I think I got to a place where I am content for today. It is stupid late right now. It took me much longer than I thought. Of course, I had technical difficulties. I cannot get through one of these videos without it. But I'm content here. I did push it a little bit further than where we last left off. I just had some ideas along the way. But without further ado, here is Rebel Radiance. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Anyway, comment down below. Let's have a convo down there. Speaking of comments, before you go, please leave some suggestions of things you would like to see me design or redesign in the future. So I can do less of a guessing game and just coming on here and designing out of the blue. It would be great if I could see some stuff ahead of time and then have time to really think and then come up with something amazing. You know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed whatever snack or beverage or dinner or whatever you had. I hope you got whatever work done while we hung out together, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.